And we're going to talk about how to turn your message into a 100,000 plus speaking business, even if you've never been paid to speak before. Actually, this presentation, this is for speakers, coaches, authors, educators, experts, or simply someone who wants to make an impact and an income through your voice, your message, and your story. Let me know in the chat box if you are a speaker, if you are an author, if you're a coach, or whatever you may label or call yourself. Let me know if you're in the right place. Let me know in the right place. Okay? Now, who is this for? Like I said, this is for individuals that want to make a difference with their voice. Now, here's why this is going to be different. This is going to be different because I'm going to give you all that I have tonight. And what I'm going to do, because you guys are here live, and I won't do this on the replay, I'm going to actually do some what I call speaker audits, any brand audits, any website audits. And so those that are on here tonight, for those of you that want some live feedback and audits on your business, we're going to do that tonight. What I mean by speaker audit, I'll select one person to review maybe their demo video. Maybe you have a video that's on YouTube or somewhere that we can watch. You can drop the link in the chat box. When we get to that, I'll watch it live here, give feedback in front of everybody else. Also do a quick website and brand audit. We'll drop a link for that. And so that's going to be a huge bonus that I'm going to offer for those of you that are here to the end. So here's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to walk you through how to promote yourself so you can be booked consistently as a speaker. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to present like a rock star and get booked over and over again. We're going to talk about how to productize your message so you don't rely on just stage time. Now, here's the big problem. Here's the big problem that I've seen is that there's a harsh reality going on right now like a rock in the speaker world. And when I say this harsh reality, here's what I mean. Talk about how to productize your message here. So you don't here's this harsh reality. On just stage many speakers today are not getting enough paid gigs. Here's the big problem that I've seen. Not getting enough paid gigs. Here's their harsh reality. Many speakers are underpaid for their expertise. And when I say this, here's the harsh reality. Here's what I mean. Talk about how many speakers are having unpredictable income, no strategy, no system, no repeat clients. That's a part of the harsh reality in this speaking world. Also, along with that, a harsh reality is that today we're seeing more and more individuals call themselves speakers. You know what I mean? It's like everybody is calling themselves a speaker. And you may say, hey, why are they doing that or how are they doing that? You know, they got a podcast, I'm a speaker, right? Another reality is that there are no repeat clients where you may go and speak one time and it seems like you can't get a follow-up booking. Or maybe you're struggling to get in front of decision makers. Guess what? That is a reality, and that is something that we have to deal with and make sure that that we handle tonight. Also, limited revenue streams. Okay, limited revenue streams, simply meaning that, hey, regardless of what you may be doing, you say, man, the money and the income is not coming in the way that I desire. And it's so important that we get that under control. And lastly, sorry about that. Lastly, no consistent revenue. Okay. So here's what we really want. We really want consistent paid gigs. If you agree with me, type 4 in the chat box. If any of these things that you know that you want, type 4 in the chat box. Okay. If you want consistent paid gigs, let me know. There you go. If you want high paying opportunities, if you want predictable and scalable income, if that's what you want, type 4. If you want to position yourself as the authority in your niche, let me know there. If you want access to decision makers, We want a clear and profitable business model. Here's what you want. You want a strong personal brand. You want multiple revenue streams. You want more repeat bookings. You want less hustle and more impact. You want a proven marketing and sales system. You want confidence and support. You want more speaking invitations. You want a work-life balance. If any of those are anything that you say and you know that you want, type 4 in the chat box there for me. All right? So, of course, I'm Cantus Simmons, and I was a STEM baby, simply meaning when I grew up, I loved science, technology, engineering, and math, and I was raised in what you call a middle-class broke family, right? Anybody know about being middle-class broke? If you know about being middle-class broke, type MCB. You know, in a middle-class broke family, somebody had to always be working, and my mom and dad were always working, and it seemed like we were living paycheck to paycheck in our middle-class broke family. But here's the cool thing about it. My mom and dad really impressed upon me the importance of education. My parents are coming up on 55 years of marriage, and they met freshman year at Albany State College back in the day. And after my mother birthed me, around about 6 weeks old, she dropped me off in pre-K. And I spent 25 years in school, 5 years in pre-K, 5 years in pre-K, 7 years in elementary school, 5 years in high school here in the Atlanta area, 4 years in college at Norfolk State University where I got a BS degree in chemistry, 2 years at Lehigh University where I got a Master's of Science degree, then 2 more years at Georgia Tech where I got another degree in textile and fiber engineering. And that opened up the amazing opportunity from all that education to work as a scientist and land a job with one of my dream jobs, and that was to work at NASA Langley Research Center. After working at NASA Langley Research Center, I transitioned and moved into developing contact lenses and contact lens products. But here's one of the cool things that was happening while I was a full-time scientist. People were often asking me questions, right? And regardless of what you're doing right now, you probably noticed that, man, people are asking me questions. People are asking me how I do this and how I do that. And guess what? For me, when people were asking me questions, guess what? I would give them answers, right? I would give them answers. So I started speaking at schools and colleges. I started speaking at teacher events and educator seminars. Even had the opportunity to go back to NASA and speak as a STEM speaker. And have spoken in every state in this country. Except Hawaii and Alaska. We're still working on those two. And I've been able to speak internationally about 5 times. 3 times in person. It's more than 5, but like 3 times in person. I think I've had maybe like 4 or 5 international virtual events. All right. And here's one of the cool things that I've learned, you know, by speaking over 20 plus years and traveling all around the world, large stages, small stages, with kids, with adults, with professionals. I've also been blessed to be featured in Inc. magazine with my mentor, Josh Shipp at the time, and my buddy, Brooks Gibbs. And I've had the opportunity to serve and work and mentor with some of today's top speakers and leaders. And here's one thing that I've learned about working with some amazing people. And if you're taking notes, here's a great statement to write down. The statement I want you to write down is, you must have a speaker bridge. You say, what? A speaker bridge. And I want to introduce to you and let you know what the speaker bridge is, because I believe that this 3-part framework is what you're going to need in your business to turn your message into a movement and a business. So back in March of 1977, back in March of 1977, there was a bridge built in the state of Maryland, all right? And this bridge is about 1.6 miles. 1977, there in March, I think it was like March 26th. That's when this bridge was built. And the weird thing is that this bridge was knocked down March 23rd. I thought that was very interesting. It was like March 26th in 1977 when it was complete, and then it was knocked down March 23rd in 2024. And here's what I've come to understand, that when speakers don't have a profitable speaker bridge in place, it can be causing some of the challenges that you're seeing in your business. So let me explain, right? Here's what I've come to understand is that we have individuals, we have speakers who are over here, and it's their desire to get to the other side as a profitable speaker. However, there are three things and three areas that must be taken into consideration where a bridge is concerned. So most people, most speakers want to be here, where they want to have the opportunities and they can speak on stage and do their presentation. But here's what I come to realize. There is something that happens before the stage. And the reality is this: a lot of individuals are not getting on the stage because they're missing something before the stage. And when they do get an opportunity to get on the stage, sometimes they're questioning their presentation, they're questioning which story they should tell, they're questioning who they should be speaking to, they're questioning, is my message really getting across? And then once they come off stage, they have no clue on what they should be doing after the stage. Okay? Now, if you're taking notes, here's what I want you to label this as: before the stage. This is in the area of your promotions. Your promotions determine if you're going to get on the stage. And then when you're on the stage, you want to be able to have a rock star presentation. You want to have a rock star presentation. And then, whether this presentation is on the stage, virtual stage, whether it's your own event, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a podcast, whether it is a panel, you want to be able to do certain things on that stage. And then now, after the stage, we have promotions, presentation, and productization. Productization. Now, I need you guys to be honest with me and drop it in the chat box. Just by looking at this bridge and these three phases: before the stage, on the stage, after the stage, your promotions, your presentations, and your productization. If you don't mind being honest with me, let me know there in the chat box, which phase do you know you're having challenges with? Drop it in the chat box. Is it before the stage with your promotions? Is it on the stage, your presentation? Is it after the stage with your productization and making money after the stage? Somebody says all of the above. All of the above. I appreciate that. I appreciate the honesty. Okay, I appreciate the honesty. That's why we're here, right? That's why we're here. So here's the reality. I call it the struggling speaker, because I used to be the struggling speaker at one time. I was winging my message on stage. I would go on stage and not be prepared and just, hey, say whatever the Lord say to say on stage, right? I was chasing gigs. I was underpaid or unpaid. I was confused about my marketing, and I had no speaking system. But then once I understood this speaking bridge, and this profitable speaking bridge, went to a profitable speaker, right? Now I'm getting paid high-paid keynotes. Never would have thought could get $10,000 checks speaking out of elementary school. Or speaking to pre-K, right? Or speaking international to professionals. As a profitable speaker, now having online income streams. Being the go-to authority in a niche. Like when you're the go-to authority in a niche, people know your name because of the topic. Having consistent bookings. And the beautiful thing about being a profitable speaker is having the freedom and the fulfillment, right? Having the real freedom and fulfillment to do and to live life on your terms. And every time you open your mouth, you're delivering true freedom for somebody else. And it's freedom for you and your family because of how things are set up. Okay, so the Profitable Speaker Bridge is designed to help you promote, present, and productize. The Profitable Speaker Bridge is designed to get you over the bridge to the other side, from a struggling speaker to a profitable speaker. The Profitable Speaker Bridge is designed to help you know exactly what you should be doing before you get on the stage, and then showing you what you should be doing when you're on the stage, and then after the stage, having a system in place where this thing is working for you. All right. So let's talk about before the stage. Let's talk about before the stage and what that looks like, and how you should be promoting yourself before the stage. All right. So here's a breakdown of the different ways speakers are trying to market themselves, many of which are wearing them down, and it may even be causing you some stress. Here are some of the ways. Social media marketing, where you say, hey, I'm gonna get on social media, I'm gonna post 12 reels a day, right? I'm gonna be in the stories all day long. Platform marketing. This simply means, hey, I'm gonna use my platform, whatever it is. I'm gonna go live on Instagram, go live on TikTok. Hey, I'm gonna use email marketing. I'm gonna see an email every single day, 2 and 3 times a day. Showcase marketing. I'm gonna just go to a conference for free. I'm gonna get on stage, I'm gonna speak, and I'm gonna showcase and let people see what I can do. Then we got partner marketing. You get with other people and you jump on somebody's podcast and in hopes that you're on their podcast, where now somebody will notice you. Then you have content marketing, where you are, publishing content here and there, and you realize somebody said content is king, content is king. And so you're producing a lot of content. Then you're running ads, you're doing paid marketing, and you're not really sure how much you should be spending or if you're targeting hitting the right people. Then you have hope marketing. Now here's the reality. All of these can work for you in your business, but what's the 1, 2, 3, or the combination, or what's the systems that can get you there? Okay, so you need a system. You need a system that speaks to meeting planners. I see a lot of individuals, and this may be you, where it's like, hey, I'm gonna go on social media and I'm gonna post every single day. I'm gonna put this video up, do this and this and this. You have to ask yourself, are the people on my social media, my Instagram followers, my Facebook followers, do they have the $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $70,000 to bring you in to speak to their organization, their event, or their company? You want to make sure you have a system for the things that you're doing. Your system should attract your tribe. Your system shall attract people to you, and your system should repel the wrong people. And here's a better one for you. Your system should be working while you sleep. Now, if your system is not doing this, we need to make sure we get that in place. So let's talk about before the stage. Here are 3 things that you should be doing before the stage. Number 1, you should pinpoint and clarify your message, your mission, and your market. If you're not sure what your message is, you want to work on that. If you're not sure what your mission is, you want to make sure you're focused on that, and you want to pinpoint your market. Who do you help? How do you help them? What results do they get by listening to your message? What transformation does your message give to the hearers? Also, before the stage, you should be working on your packaging, right? your packaging. You should be building your speaker brand, your speaker website, and your speaker promotional material. Like when somebody comes to your website, do you look like somebody that they can say, hey, we have to have this person? Does your brand say, man, they look expensive? Does your brand say, man, I see the transformation that they have assisted other people with? And then lastly, before the stage, you want to make sure that you are promoting, using paid ads, marketing systems, email systems to book gigs. If you're not pinpointing your message, if you're not packaging your brand, if you're not promoting yourself before the stage, we have to fix that. Okay? Now, one of the ways that I highly recommend that you promote yourself is something that I call the automated promotions pinwheel. Okay? The automated promotions pinwheel. This promotion pinwheel should speak to the needs of the event planner. The automated promotion pinwheel should speak to the needs of the event attendees. The automated promotion pinwheel should connect you to the right people. It should convert the right people and position you in a place where you can cash in with the right people. Your promotion pinwheel should attract your tribe and people that you can help. Not the people that you think you can help, but the people that you know you can help. Your promotion pinwheel should repel those who you choose not to serve. I think this is a beautiful thing, is the power of no. You know, one of the affirmations that we make in our Monetize You program is no is a new opportunity. In being able to realize that, hey, as your marketing is repelling people, guess what it's doing? Is lets you know, hey, I don't want to help this type of person. And if your promotions is done the right way, your messaging is done the right way, guess what? They won't even look your way because your messaging should let them know, hey, we're not a great fit. Your promotion pinwheel should attract your tribe and people that you can help, should repel those you can serve. Your promotion pinwheel should connect you with the right person, the right message, at the right time. Okay? You want to have the right person delivering the right message in the right time. Now, I really want you guys to think about this. As you're promoting yourself, you may have the right message, but it may be delivered at the wrong time and the wrong season. You know what I'm talking about? So like in this month, what if I was talking about, hey, it's time to go back to school? You're like, what? That's the right message, but it's the wrong time, right? Depending on what part of the world you live in. Or it may be the right time, but you're not speaking to the right person. The right person that has the resources, the right person that has the clout, the ability to bring you in $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 to bring you to speak. So you want to make sure that your promotion pinwheel should pull that in. I love when I think about this promotion pinwheel, I think about the presidential campaigns, right? When these presidents were running for office, guess what? They were not marketing. They had a campaign. And so what I want you to look at is your speaking business as a promotional campaign. Here's a Cantism. You're not in the speaking business. You are in the business of promoting your speaking services. Okay? You're not in the speaking business. You're in the business of promoting your speaking services. Guess what? If you don't understand that you're in the business of promoting your speaking services, you're looking to speak, and you may have a great voice and a great message and a great story, but if nobody knows about you, guess what? You would just have a great message, a great story, and you'll be speaking from home. Cantism number 2, follow-up promotions is about serving. Follow-up promotions is not about frequency. And follow-up promotions, you must do it, and you must not do it scared. That's a Cantism. Cantism number 3, your promotions should be automated and systemized, and they should work when you are not working. So that's before the stage. That's before the stage. Before the stage, before you get the microphone, before you're featured on the podcast, before you're featured at the event, before you're a guest speaker or workshop speaker, you want to make sure that your promotions are in place. All right? Everybody in the chat box, if you're with me, type before the stage. Type before the stage in the chat box. Make sure you guys are with me there. Type before the stage in the chat box. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Before the stage. I love it. Shorthand. All right. The next area is on the stage. On the stage. And this is where we're going to talk all about your presentation and presenting. Now, once you get the opportunity to get on stage, it's very important that you rock the stage. Now, you know what's so funny? I've seen opportunities where I've seen individuals who had amazing, amazing marketing. But when I heard them speak, I was like, ugh, that's it? You ever met somebody like that? It's like, oh my goodness. It's like, oh, for real? Right? And the thing that you want to think about is that you have to have the amazing promotions, but once you get the opportunity, once you're on stage, once you have the opportunity to have a microphone in your hand or you're the guest, you're the keynote, you want to make sure you rock it. So what do you need to do? Number 1, on the stage, you need to make sure that you present and deliver a signature money-making keynote. Now, why do I call it a money-making keynote? I call it a money-making keynote because it's so dialed in that when people hear your message, they have to go tell somebody else about you. As you're delivering your workshop, as you're speaking at the event, this thing is so dialed in, it's like, bro, you got to go hear this amazing speaker. So now this presentation, you're not only getting paid for what you're doing on the stage, but you're also setting yourself up to get paid over and over and over again. So that's what you want to do when you're on the stage. Also, when you're on the stage, outside of presenting, you want to also position yourself, right? Where now you can leverage the stage to build your authority, to build another stage, and to attract sales because people, man, I love this position. And a lot of times people just want to get on stage, speakers just want to get on stage and present. But this is how sometimes your business stops because you can do an amazing presentation, but you don't take the time to position your presentation in such a way that now you can leverage it to get another engagement and another engagement, but also make sales the day of the event and after the event. So that's on the stage. Do not just deliver a presentation, but I want everybody to write this word down. Your presentation must transform. Okay? No longer are we in the information age. How do I know? It's so much free information out here. YouTube, podcast, right? Ebooks, reels, people going live. It's a lot of information. What I want you to think about is transformation. Transformation. All right? So to have a money-making keynote, I want you to start breaking this thing down as a scientist, right? So I'm still a nerd. And here are 5 things that you want to have in your money-making keynote, right? You want to make sure that your syntax is right. This is your word choice, right? Knowing which words you should use and say in your presentation. Number two, you want to have the right structure, the right flow, and the right framework of your presentation. Number three, you want to have the right stories. You know, people often ask me, like, Candace, what story should I tell? Well, it all depends, right? There's so many stories that we can share when we're on stage, but you want to be able to share the right story, right? Maybe there's a story from a recent event. Maybe there's a story, something happened earlier today. Maybe there was a moment in your life, it was a rough moment, and you had some unique learning experiences that came from that. Guess what? That may or may not be the right time and the right story to share. Number four, in the science of speaking, you want to have the right strategy. What call to actions? What upsells? What do you have in your presentation intentionally so you can move people throughout your keynote, your workshop, and your presentation? And believe it or not, in your speech, you want to have a system. You want to have a repeatable structure. So anytime you get on stage, whether it's a 20-minute speech, 60-minute speech, whether it's an hour and a half speech, whether it's a 2-day speech, because you understand your system and it's a repeatable structure, you can go into any situation and it's like, man, I feel like I'm freestyling. I had some of my Monetize You clients with me. I was up in New Jersey, and I think I did 5 to 6 presentations that one day. It might have been 8. I'm not really sure. 5 to 8, right? And every presentation sounded differently to them. But guess what? Because I knew my system and a repeatable structure, I knew which stories to share. I knew which words to use. I had the right flow, had the right emotional hooks, the call to actions. It seemed like I was freestyling. But what I realized is that my freestyling wasn't freestyling like rappers do. Even rappers that freestyle, they understand the science of freestyling, right? But if you understand the science of speaking, then you can have an amazing keynote speech. Here's a Kenticism number 4. It's easy to book a stage, but are you able to rock the stage to get rebooked over and over again? Kenticism number 5. Your fee is your fee, and their budget is their budget. You can't change their fee, and they can't change your fee, and you can't change their budget, right? Now, here's the reason I bring this up. A lot of times individuals feel like, man, Candace, people don't have my speaking fee. Or they say they don't have money, or they say that the things have changed. Okay. People are still buying Chris Brown tickets. People are still going seeing Beyonce. She changed up her whole messaging. Everybody buying cowboy boots. Everybody pulling them fans out, right? Why? Because guess what? Her fee is her fee. You can't change her fee. She can't change her budget. I've heard people say, man, bro, I ain't got no money. Woo, I'm broke. But some kind of way you know how to get them Beyonce tickets. Back in the day, man, I'm broke. But some kind of way you know how to get them rims on your car, right? So here's the reality. What value are you bringing so that your fee is not a big issue? And they say, you know what, we'll figure it out because of the value that you have. Earlier today, I was talking to one of my private clients, and I said, how much is this water? And she was like, probably like $2. I was like, really? I said, okay. How much is this water if you go to an NFL football game? It's like, woo, it could be like $7. Mm-hmm. I said, how much is this water? How much? Then I asked her, how much would you be willing to pay for this water if you were in the desert and you were dehydrated? I'll pay whatever. Why? Because I don't want to die. And the idea is price is never an issue when people see the value in what it's going to bring to you and your business, to them in their lives. If it's going to transform you from death to life, how much? $12 for the water? Give me the water. Right? Why? So I can sip. Okay? As I'm sipping for real. Right? But the idea, price should never be an issue in the framework where value is concerned. Kantisism number 6. Your main goal on stage should be to get the audience members' info so you can serve them after the stage. That should be one of your main goals, right? Because here's the reality. A lot of the places that I've gone to speak, I probably will never ever see those individuals again. But guess what? I've been able to take them home with me. They can take me home with them, not physically, but through the information. I remember last time I was in Saudi Arabia. I went over to Saudi Arabia, and this man came to me. He approached me, King Kantis. I'm like, what you mean, King Kantis? I felt like I was coming to America, King Kantis, right? I'm like, what's going on, right? He was like, I've been following you for 7 years, and I've been praying that you would come to my country. And I was like, well, I'm here now. I was like, dang, for 7 years? He said, yeah, I get your emails. He said, matter of fact, I saw you on a virtual event. No, it wasn't a virtual event. He said, he met me 7 years ago, saw me on a virtual event, but it was the first time he saw me in person. Why? Because of the connection that you develop on stage. One day, I was in the city of DC. I was riding a bicycle. I had an ugly helmet on my head. What's the monument that goes straight up in the air? I don't want to say the name wrong. You know the little skinny one that goes straight up in the air, right? Somebody drop it in the chat box so I don't feel dumb by myself, right? I'm riding my bike with my helmet on. I probably had my darkening shades on as I was riding my bike, Washington Monument, thank you. There was this man that stopped me. He said, you're Kantis. I said, how in the world are you calling me here at the Washington Monument? He said, oh, I get your videos, I get your emails. So when I saw you on the bicycle, I knew that was you. We never met in person. He said that he had just moved to the United States from Nigeria. So the reality is that when you're on the stage and you're presenting like a rock star, this should be one of your goals, to be able to position yourself to be able to have business over and over again. All right, so that's all about on the stage. You guys drop it in the chat box. Drop on the stage in the chat box. Drop on the stage in the chat box. There we go. On the stage, on the stage, on the stage. All right, so let's talk about the after the stage. After the stage, okay? We got promote, present, and then we have now productize. Productize. After this stage, you want to produce. You want to be able to turn your expertise into books, courses, and or coaching. Now, here's the beautiful thing about it. Even though this is happening after this stage and you produce it, guess what? You can now leverage this to make money on the front end before the stage. And then leverage it to make money before the stage, on the stage, and after the stage. Not only that, but your products, your courses, your expertise You should be able to profit from those. Where now you can turn your speech into a digital offer. You can turn your speech into a service. You can turn your speech into a course or a back-end program or a membership program. These are the things you want to think about after the stage. All right? Let me give you 21 ways to monetize your message. You can write these things down. Number one, you can turn your speech into an online course, to a coaching program, to a membership site, to books and ebooks, to digital downloads, to master classes, to podcasts, paid podcasts. You can turn into webinars. You can turn into workshops. You can turn into speaking engagements. You can turn it into video series. You can turn it into templates. You can turn it into consulting services. You can turn it into subscription boxes. You can turn your message into merchandise, paraphernalia. Okay? You can do all of that. Affiliate marketing, paid newsletters, mobile apps. My buddy Richie Thomas, he has a mobile app for those veterans out of the military. Sponsorship deals, sponsorship opportunities. Certification programs. What if you can take what you have and turn it into a certification program? And what about licensing your content? Licensing your content. Now, Cantisism number 7. You are the new education system. Therefore, your formulas, your frameworks, your stories, your systems, and your duh should be documented. Your duh. You say, what's your duh? Your duh is that thing that you can do in your sleep. Right? That duh is that thing that you don't really have to think about how to do it, what to do it, how to share it. Like anytime you operate in your duh, it comes naturally to you. That should be the thing that you monetize. The reason I say you are the new education system, because you can see all over the world how our traditional school system is changing. More and more individuals are choosing not to go to college, choosing not to get an advanced degree. They're choosing to do what? Find mentors and coaches and go through online programs and apprenticeship programs because they can get results fast. And guess what? They can take what they learned and they can build upon it for the next 10 years, 20 years. So your message should be a part of the new education system. You should be able to monetize you. So here's some ways that I recommend that you can easily monetize your message into multiple streams. Into speaking, into books, into courses, and into coaching and mentoring programs. Okay? And even into more services. Every person on this call, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 of these, at least 4 of these operating in your business where it's now multiple streams of income. You know, so many times people talk about multiple streams of income. It's like, hey, I got a business over here, then I got a service over here, then I have this app in this other niche. But multiple streams should be multiple streams in the thing that you do. Okay? Multiple streams doesn't mean multiple different niches. You're going one niche, but you have multiple streams where you're going deeper versus wider. So you want to be able to do that. All right? Here's a question for you. What prices? What price points? What speaking fees? What dream offers can you create so you can reach your goals faster? What price point? What offers? What products do you have so that you can make more impact? What speaking fees? What dream offers? What price points? What programs do you have in place where now you can work less and make more? Cantisism 7.25. You say, Cantus, why 7.25? I'm the coolest guy with 7.25 fingers, just in case you didn't know. Right? Now, here's one of the cool things about messaging. I can turn my expertise into a framework, and now I can share 7.25 ways to get better grades in school. That's a framework. Or 7.25 ways to find money for college. 7.25 ways to monetize your message before stage, on stage, and after the stage. Here's the beautiful thing that we all should be thinking about. We are selling transformations. Your stories plus your solutions should be packaged in a speech. Your stories plus your solutions should be packaged in your presentation. Cantisism 7.25, your income is directly related with how many SKU numbers you have in your business. This is why Walmart, who has a lot of SKU numbers, hey, they can sell a lot of stuff. Then somebody like Louis Vuitton, they may have fewer SKU numbers, but in your business, what SKU numbers do you have? Okay? What SKU numbers do you have? So let's talk about the 100K path. Let's talk about the 100K path. If you guys are still with me, type 100K in the chat box for me. Type 100K in the chat box. Type 100K in the chat box. 100K, 100K, 100K. All right. So what I'm going to do here, let me see if I can pull this up. There we go. So I'm going to pull up this worksheet. All right. Pull up this worksheet. And we're going to map out, let's map out our 100K year. Okay. With somebody in the chat box, let me know, what's your current speaking fee? What's your current speaking fee? Let me know, what's your current speaking fee? When somebody brings you in to speak, what's your current speaking fee? All right, let's go with $3,500. Let's go with $3,500. All right, let me zoom in a little bit on this. All right. So let's say your speaking fee is $3,500. And you choose to speak one time a month. Speaking one time a month is going to be $3,500 monthly times 12 is, guess what? $42,000. Now, what if we just said, let me learn the system to book 3 speaking engagements a month. 3 speaking engagements a month now positions you to make $126,000 a year. Think about that. If your only focus was to focus on your speaking fee or book speaking engagements, having the right speaker bridge, you could easily do $100,000 a year. But you say, you know what, Candace, I don't want to speak 3 times a month. Okay. Now, guess what you could do? You could raise your speaking fee. You could double it, right? You say, Candace, I want to speak 1 time a month. Okay. But Candace, I have some books. Okay, how much is your book? Let's say your book is $20. All right? And you go speak somewhere, we say $25, okay? Say your book is $25. And you go speak somewhere, on average, they have 1,000 people there. at an event, and let's say you sell them 100 books. So now you take the one speaking engagement, sell 100 books. Boom. You do that once a month. That's $100,000. One speech, once a month, with added books. $100,000 a month. Then you say, you know what, Candace? I have a course. I have an online course that's making me money while I sleep. Okay, awesome. Let's say that course is $500. And let's say now you got a course and you're selling 10 of these courses a week. So you're spending 40 courses a month. So 40, $20,000. Now you're at $360,000. Now we way over the 100K year strategy, right? Then you say, Kentis, you know what? I have a dream program, and it's a dream mentorship program where I'm working with individuals. And my dream program is, let's say, $4,000. And I bring 6 people into my dream program every single month. That's $24,000. One speech, one book, an online course, a dream mentorship program. Now you got $672,000. You're like, wow, this is something. You say, Kendra, you know what? I've systemized everything that I can speak every other week, 3 times a month. Now I'm selling more books. And I've automated the process where now I'm selling 100 courses a month. That's 25 courses a week. That's 3 courses a day. Now you go from 100K years to 100K months. If you see how doable this is, somebody say doable. Somebody say doable, right? Yeah, drop 100K, drop 100K. So now we've gone from 100K months, 100K years to now 100K months. That's part of the 100K plan, the path. Now, the beautiful thing about this is when you have your bridge in place, this is now doable, right? So here's my ask for you. Here's the big ask. Here's the big ask. Was this valuable to you tonight? Was this valuable to you? Let me know. Yes or yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me know in the chat box what resonated with you the most. Was it the promotions? Was it the presentation? Was it the science of speaking? Was it the productization? Was it the 100K year to 100K month? Now, if you guys can be honest with me, based on what I showed you in the speaker bridge, where's your bridge broken? Products. Okay. Hopefully what I shared with you, you see that, man, if I can fix my promotions, if I can fix my presentation, if I can fix my products, man, I can easily do 100K a year and get really good at it. It's like, man, it can easily do 100K a month. Now, guess what? You're creating true freedom for yourself and true freedom for other individuals. Now, here's what I want you guys to think about. When we look at this bridge, there were people from 1977 March of 1977 to March 23rd of 2024 that were going across this bridge every single day to work. They was going across this bridge every single day to get home. They were going across this bridge every single day for entertainment. There were businesses doing what they needed to be done across this bridge. But guess what? Because the bridge was down, the Baltimore citizens are now forced to take the long way to work, to take the long way home. So now they got delays, now they got detours, and they're frustrated on the road to their destination. What would have taken 30 minutes to get to work is now taking an hour and a half because the bridge is down. As a speaker, where has your bridge been hit? Where has your bridge been broken? Or where has your bridge been completely shut down? And how is that detour slowing you down from reaching your next level of income, impact, and influence? Most speakers hit a ceiling. They stay stuck at the same income level. They never leave their day job, and they bounce from stage check to stage check, living their version of paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because their bridge are broken. This is why it's so important that you have a clear path. You have a system. You no longer have to hustle. You no longer have hope marketing, and you're no longer on the speaker coaster. When you don't have the speaker bridge in place, you have no clear path. You have no system. You're just hustling. You're just hoping, and you're on this speaker coaster. Speaker roller coaster. Speaker business coaster. If this opened your eyes, then imagine what we could build in one full year together. If this opened your eyes, I want to introduce to you and invite you to become a part of Monetize You Academy. Now, what is Monetize You Academy? It's simply designed to help you get across the bridge. It's designed to help you go from a struggling speaker to a profitable speaker. A struggling speaker where you're winging your message, you're chasing gigs, you're underpaid, you're unpaid, you're confused about marketing, no speaking system, to now you have high-paid keynotes, online income streams, authority in your niche, consistent bookings, and now you're creating true freedom and fulfillment for yourself. And so Monetize You, we want to help you before the stage, on the stage, after the stage. Here are the 7 things that we want to help you focus on. We want to help you pinpoint clearly your message, clarify your message, your mission, and your market. We'll help you package and build your speaker brand, build your website, build your promotional kit, help you with your promotions, being able to set up the automated promotion pinwheel and your email system so you can book gigs while you're asleep, while you're on vacation, while you're hanging out with your family, and showing you how to present your presentation, whether it's a keynote speech or workshop speech, and do it in such a way that it makes you money for the next presentation. And then showing you how to position yourself on stage, leverage the stage to build authority and attract sales. And then want to help you after the stage, be able to produce the right products, turn your expertise into books, courses, and coaching, and to help you profit and sell digital offers, services, and back-end products. That is the framework and the goal of Monetize You, to simply take you from a struggling speaker to a profitable speaker using a profitable speaker bridge. So I would love to be your coach. I would love to help you create a money-making promotions, money-making presentation, money-making products, money-making programs, build your money-making platform, all so you can build a powerful and profitable speaking business. Here's what you're going to get when you enroll in Monetize You. You're going to get access to all of the course curriculum that's going to walk you through step by step from before the stage, on the stage, after the stage. So all of those P's, being able to lock in on that curriculum. 6 months of mentorship with me. One of the cool things that I like about this is that it's not just a coaching program or mentoring program, but it's an implementation program where we're implementing together. We're helping you clarify your message. We're helping you put together your website. We're helping you create packaging and resource. We're helping you script out your presentation. And we're giving you 24/7 access to our private community. And when you become a part of Monetize You, you get to come to our exclusive live speaker mastermind in Atlanta absolutely free. And you get all the access to the website, template, scripts, and contracts in Monetize You. Okay, so the curriculum, 6 months of mentorship, 24/7 private community access, the exclusive live speaker mastermind in Atlanta, and all the website templates and scripts. I want to be able to share this video with you of what our speaker mastermind looks like. Check this out.
I have finally had a return on my investment, something I've never had from any other program.
I just want to start off by thanking Candace for coming up with this makeover mansion. Just a phenomenal thought out weekend and just incredible.
Was just being around so many amazing people and just vibing. It's amazing when you can have people really come together and vibe like we family.
What brought me to the makeover mansion is that I was rebranding in my company, and I knew of Candace from working with him prior.
It's a retreat. It gave me the ability to be creative, gave me the ability to be at peace. And my favorite part is, again, man, this guy is speaking, right? He can just come up on the fly with different ideas and creative ideas to help you really hone in and crafting your speech.
My favorite part about the weekend was the new skill sets, the trying new things. Candace is big about us stretching out of our comfort zone, photo shoots, and just being in this kind of atmosphere for a couple of days. It just shifts your perspective of what's possible.
I saw how much other people were developing as well, so we just fed off that energy and then created.
Candace is a genius. He's so smart. He can help pull your genius out. It's just amazing to me. And so I'm just so grateful that he helped me pull my genius out this weekend with crafting his signature speech.
This man is a genius, literally. He's a rocket scientist, but most importantly, he's a scientist and an engineer.
He truly has a different mindset. And I'm glad that I was chosen for this program, because not only is he going to show you the speaking aspect of it, but he's going to show you how to monetize it, how to market it, how to make it all come together and work for itself by itself.
Just here to help build our business, build our brand, and learn strategies and how to get our message out to our audience in the world.
Candace have personal investment in you and connection to you, but even the people that he brought in to help, they personally connected to you. They had an idea of who you were, what your brand was, and was ready to go to help you come out better on the other side.
And so we're ready. We're ready to go out for the world to hear our voices, to hear our story and our message.
I needed him if I really wanted to grow to that multi-million-dollar business. I have finally had a return on my investment, something I've never had from any other program. Just like he understands where you're at just from speaking to you. If you are a speaker, if you are a consultant, a coach, any of those things, I would say Candace is the guy for that. Why? Because Candace is going to help you engineer your business so that your business is running smooth in the way that it should, from the front end to the back end. And Candace is giving it all to us in this one program.
Yes, I am absolutely love Makeover Mansion and working with those individuals. Very intimate type of 3.5 days of focus, right? 3.5 days of focus where we can script out your presentation, be able to really script out your messaging, being able to dial in your marketing and being able to, give you a new look, a new brand, have my photo shoot people come in, photographers come in, video people come in, so we can get the opportunity to just improve all the things that we need to. And guess what? That's a part of our Monetize You program. So listen, if you want to take advantage of this so we can build out your speaker bridge together, you're going to get access to the Monetize You course curriculum. That's all designed to get you across the bridge. 6 months of mentorship with myself, 24/7 access to our private community, and exclusive access to the mastermind in Atlanta. You're going to get all the website templates. Listen to what I'm saying. When I say you're getting all the website templates, you're going to get the website templates, all that you need to build out your business. So let me show you guys this. So we build all of our websites on Kajabi, but these are some of the individuals that have just amazing websites. Here is April Mason, and being able to build out her website. Maybe you've seen April Mason. She's a dating expert, private client of mine. Because we've had her website in place, on her 48th birthday, we were able to create $48,000 of impact in 48 hours. She was like, Candace, I want to have a little birthday lunch. I was like, all right, cool. We did $48,000 in 48 hours. Her new birthday coming up here soon. She's turning 50. So she's already like, hey, let's do $50,000. Why? Because we had the right website in place. Right? We had the right website in place. Here's my buddy Willie Moore Jr. You may know Willie Moore Jr. He's a personal radio personality, but he also does amazing things with men and has an amazing brand. Here's my good friend Essence China. She actually works, let me show this website here. She actually works in the natural hair space, right? And she's done millions of dollars from hair, from natural hair, right? Because she had the right website set up so she can actually run her program. Not only that, but she also has her own personal website, right? As a speaker, where now she can go in to speak at different organizations there and speak. One of the things that you may notice with all of these websites, they have a certain type of look and a feel where the individuals look like the hero. It's on my buddy's Marquell's website. Multi-millionaire. Why? Because they have a clear message. Make sure his speaker bridge is in place and getting results. And here's the cool thing about it. When you're part of Monetize You, you're going to get access to these templates, right? You can just plug and play. And like the amazing thing about it is, like, I know which template works and then how you want to build those pages out. Okay. So all of that is in the MYA. Absolutely. We'll love to help you get you over the bridge. If you want to participate, and let's talk about it. All right. Go to monetizeyou.co/apply. All right. I'm going to drop the link in the chat box. I'm going to drop a link in the chat box. And I would love to be your coach. I would love to be able to support you. One of the things about me is that I don't like big events anymore, because I've seen so many people fall through the crack at those big events, right? I love implementation programs where now you're getting the science for speaking. You're getting the engineer. You're getting the guy that's helping people be able to monetize their message. And if you want to participate in that, simply go to monetizeyou.co/apply, or click the link down here in the description, or the link here in the comments, where we can talk about it, right? We can talk about it to see if we're a great fit. Go there, click the link, schedule some time within this next 7 days where we can get on a call and we can look at your business, look at to see where your bridge is broken, right? And see how we can put it back together. They said Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And I asked myself, if they were kings, why couldn't they put Humpty Dumpty back together again? And I've seen so many people who go to speaking programs and coaches and mentors, and they're not able to put people's businesses and their message and their speeches back together again. However, I have the proof to stand up against anybody whereby we can help put your business and your bridge back together again. And I'd love to be able to support you. All right. So let's go to monetizeu.co/apply. monetizeu.co/apply.
Working with Cantus has been the best investment I've ever made.
So I had no idea how to put together a keynote speech. So I didn't know the art or the science. After hearing Cantus and all of the awesome tips that he gave us, I now have more confidence to not just craft my keynote speech, but also be able to deliver it in a way I know my audience will appreciate.
This has been one of the best 3 days that I have probably gained so much more than I ever would probably in 3 years, to be honest.
I've had other coaches, but the thing that stands out most about Cantus is you know that he genuinely wants you to succeed. He does what he does in a way to ensure that there's no person left behind.
I think the thing that made the most impact on my business is hearing Cantus say,
your product solves the problem.
My experiences turn that into a story that can assist someone else.
The presentation, the marketing, how you really connect with your client and take them from point A to point B.
He's so good.
Because Cantus is the one.
Because I realized people fail without a framework and they struggle without a system. So when Cantus walked me through his framework and his system to build a six-figure speaking and coaching business,
it takes you step by step to teach you how to implement the things that you learn so that you can be more effective in what your impact has to be in this world.
What you do before the stage, on the stage, after the stage, every facet of your business is taken care of.
And it's been the best decision I've ever made as an entrepreneur in 20 years of corporate, nonprofit, military experience. Working with Cantus has been the best investment I've ever made.
You go hours past the time that's allotted because he really cares that much. And for me, that was big. Nobody really cares that much.
Not only is he the man in front of his business, but I know Cantus to be the man or the machine behind a lot of other people's businesses.
Like, he's gonna put you in the know, No darkness, no secrets. He gives it all to you. You can't lose with Cantus.
Make